Today I'm going to be making some awesome harissa chicken over a wood fire grill. Yes, right in my fire pit. And I'm also going to be making some awesome harissa paste. And then we're also going to have a nice hot sauce I've been testing out for a little while. So I highly recommend you stay tuned because this one's going to be awesome. Okay, so today I'm going to be making harissa chicken with an awesome harissa butter sauce to go on top of it, some baba ganoush, and a wonderful salad. And I might even include a nice hot sauce that I just came up with. So without further ado, let's make this shit. All right, so we're going to start off with our marinade. So in a bowl, we're going to go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of avocado oil, then 2 tablespoons of harissa powder, followed by a tablespoon of coriander, and then 2 tablespoons of smoked paprika. Then we're going to go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of salt and pepper. I'm using kosher salt. Then we're going to add in 6 to 8 cloves of fresh minced garlic, and then a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of Greek yogurt. Give it a good mix. It's going to take a little bit, and this will be our marinade once we add in the juice of 1 lemon and mix that in as well. Then add the marinade to your chicken thighs. I'm using bone-in chicken thighs here. You can let it marinate overnight for best results, or up to an hour, and then grill it or put it in your oven. I will be grilling these today. Then we're going to go ahead and start our harissa paste. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my stove, and I'm going to start roasting 2 red peppers. They're red bell peppers, and they're going to be used in the harissa paste, and it's also going to be used later on in the hot sauce recipe. And then we're going to go ahead and take some Chile de Árbol and add them to a hot pot of water. I have the water at about medium heat because I want to get it to a boil. 2 Guajillo chilies, and the max count for the Chile de Árbol I have is about 10 in here, and you can use less if you want less heat. Then bringing this to a nice light boil, I'm going to go ahead and take these and place them into a bowl and set aside to cool before I go ahead and blend them. Now, while that was going on, I let my bell peppers cool down. There's many ways to do this, but we're going to be skinning these. We're going to get all the charred bits off of them. Then we'll set them aside for our harissa paste and the other one for our hot sauce. Now, this is quite a bit of different recipes that I'm adding in here. So I normally want to add everything as I go in the video so you can see how I cook it along the process. You will have all that in the description below, but I thought it'd be easier for all of you if I just segmented these today. So we have our blender here, and I've got 4 Fresno chilies, and then I'm going to take 4 cloves of garlic, drop those in. You can use 3 if you want less heat when it comes to the Fresnos. Then we're going to go ahead and take off the stems from our chilies. You can de-seed them if you want. I keep the seeds in. And then I'm going to take some honey here, and I'm going to add in about 2 tablespoons of honey to the blender. Then I'm going to juice an entire lemon here. You can use lime if you want to use lime. We're going to put that juice into the blender here. Drop in 1 of our roasted bell peppers, and then I'm going to come through with half a tablespoon to a full tablespoon of caraway seeds. You can use less if you want to. I like the flavor, so I'm adding in quite a bit. And I didn't measure here. I should have measured, but you can go with a tablespoon. It's perfectly fine. Then the same for some smoked paprika and a tablespoon of kosher salt as well. A tablespoon of tomato paste. You can do a heaping tablespoon. That's what I did. Give this a nice blend, and then add in the Chile de Árbol and the Guajillo chilies and blend again. Now, to make this even better, what we're going to do is start rendering down some beef fat on the stove. You don't have to have beef fat. If you don't have it, it's perfectly fine. Just go with butter. But we're going to render this down, and we're going to add a stick of butter to it. And if you want to know, I am using medium to low heat here. I don't want this too hot. Then I'm going to take some of that harissa paste and start adding it to this mixture, give it a nice mix, and store the rest of the paste on the side. Now it's time to start working on the baba ganoush. So I've got eggplants here. You can go with 2 eggplants and just slice them down the center and before we roast them in the oven. But I wanted a lot of baba ganoush, so I had like 6 to 8 eggplants. I can't even count how many I had. It was so many. I have my oven set to broil on high, but before I put these in here, I want to poke holes on the back, so on the skin of the eggplants, and they take a little while. Like, you want to flip them like every 20 minutes. You know, they can take a while. So 15, 20 minutes, depending on your oven, but definitely lather them with some oil before putting them in there. And honestly, I love baba ganoush, so I have quite a bit here, like I mentioned. And just let these sit in here on broil. You're going to want to switch these in the rack at some point. Sorry, I hit my mic. You want to switch them at some point in the rack so they get an even distribution of the heat between both pans. But if you're only doing 2 to 3 eggplants, you don't have to worry about that. Then once they're done, just go ahead and keep them on the tray and then tilt them down in the sink. Make sure they don't go into the sink so that they can drain. Then we're going to go ahead and scoop them out after they've been sitting for about 20 minutes, just draining out all that bitterness, and put them in the blender, followed by 3 cloves of garlic and the juice of 1 lime. Then a tablespoon of smoked paprika, the same with some sumac. If you don't have sumac, it's perfectly fine. If you can't find it, check Amazon. They may have it. Actually, they do. And then the same for some salt and pepper. And then I'm going to come in here with some tahini. I'm using quite a bit of tahini in this since I got a lot to make. So stick around 1 to 2 tablespoons if you're not making as much as me, but I'm doing about 3 to 4 tablespoons of tahini. Blend it on high, then put it in a covered container in your fridge until you're ready to eat. Then we're going to start working on the hot sauce. So I've got a shallot here, and I'm going to go ahead and just slice up the shallot. I don't need it really fine or anything like that. It's all going into the blender anyways. Then I'm going to de-stem some Fresno chilies. I've got 3 here. Take the stems off, and the same for 2 habaneros. And then the same for these really good sweet baby peppers here. They're going to help balance out the heat so this is more juicy and flavorful and still packs a good punch. So we're going to take all that, and into a hot pan, we're at about medium to low heat. We're adding some avocado oil in here. Then we're going to add in all of our veggies here. Well, they're technically fruits too. And then just give them a nice little saute. Nothing too much. We're just trying to heat them up a little bit. Followed by, I would say, about 2 to 3 tablespoons of honey. This is going to help with the heat. And trust me, it's not going to be too sweet, but it's really going to be flavorful. So we're going to keep cooking this for a little bit before we add it to the blender later on. Then to this mixture, I'm going to go ahead and add in about 7 cloves of garlic. Drop those in and slowly roast them with the peppers and the shallot. Then we're going to come through with a cup to a cup and a half of distilled white vinegar. We're going to add that in. You can add a little bit more. It does help it. And then we're going to do about a quarter cup to half a cup of water. Slowly bring this up to a boil and then add it all to the blender and give it a blend. Once that's blended all nice and smooth, then we're going to add in that roasted bell pepper from earlier, the second one, remember? We're going to add that in, and then we're going to give this one final blend before we can transfer it to a container of your choice. And if you're using habaneros or peppers in general, jalapenos, I definitely recommend you wash your hands after you touch them every time. Be careful, people. Then we're going to go ahead and start grilling the chicken. So I've got my fire pit going here with coals and some hickory logs, and I'm going to grill this over this open flame. So I'm going to go ahead and grill these little chickens here. You can use your oven, probably set to 400, 425 for a certain amount of time. Check the CDC, of course. Be safe, people. And then I only flip these once in the process. So just one nice flip before we're ready. Now, I am working on the salad, and I did do this while I was grilling. You'll have everything in the description below for the timing. But I've got a red onion here, or purple if you want to call it purple, whatever you want. So we're going to go ahead and dice this up real fine. And then we're going to do the same to about 4 cucumbers. I'm using little baby cucumbers, so you can use 4 to 6. If you use the larger ones, you use less, of course. And then you want to transfer all of this to a bowl, but we're also going to start working on our cherry tomatoes. So I've got these beautiful little multicolored cherry tomatoes here, and I'm going to cut them into quarters, and I'm going to add them to the same bowl for the salad. Then we want to give the salad a good mix. I use my mitts because there's no better tool. My hands are super clean. I clean my hands like crazy. It's bad. I'm OCD about it. And then I'm going to go ahead and add in about 2 tablespoons of fresh ground pepper, and then the same for some salt, about half a lime or lemon of your choice. I'm using a lemon here, not a lime. And then I'm going to go through with probably some balsamic vinegar. Vinegar, not vinegar. Why did I say vinegar? And so about 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar, and then a nice good handful of feta cheese. And yeah, you do want to give that a mix. If you've made it through this far into the video, I have a special little treat for you. It's some tzatziki sauce. So thank you so much for watching this far in. So I'm going to take about half a cup of some Greek yogurt here. I use whole fat. And then I'm going to add in about 2 tablespoons of olive oil or avocado oil at your choice, followed by 3 to 4 garlic cloves that I will mince into here. And some fresh dill, you know, just about like a handful. I'm using like this is like a tablespoon and a half of fresh dill. And then I'm going to go ahead and follow it up with the juice of half a lemon here. Before I mix this though, we want to make this tzatziki sauce. So what do we need? We need cucumbers. So we're going to grate those into here really quickly. I'm just using about 1 because I'm making a very small sauce. And that's all she wrote. We're going to mix this. And there we are. So we have our sauce here and we're ready to plate. So I'm going to drop on my chicken here. I'm putting a lot. Trust me, I didn't eat all this chicken in one sitting, but we're going to start off with our chicken. Add the baba ganoush that we worked so hard on, followed by some of the salad, and then that harissa paste that we added some butter and the beef fat to. We're going to go ahead and add that on top of the chicken. Yes, this was so damn awesome. So go ahead and add it on top of your chicken before serving. You can toss it in a bowl, however you want to do it. It's your recipe. Then some nice pita bread to go with the baba ganoush. And of course, let's not forget we do have the side of our tzatziki sauce and the side of hot sauce as well to go with this. And there we are. So let's go ahead and eat this shit. All right, and we're done here. So I'm gonna go ahead and try the salad first. So here we go. Wow. Super fresh. So then the baba ganoush. Wow. Very good. And then of course, our harissa chicken. But I gotta add the hot sauce. One moment. Without the hot sauce, we'll take the first bite. Pretty sure it doesn't need it, but who knows? Oh my God. That is so damn good. You are missing out right now if you're not making this. So, I'll add a little bit of the hot sauce that we made just to give it some heat. And add some of the hot sauce. There we are. Even better. All right, I gotta say, this is an awesome one. And you can have it with the tzatziki sauce. And like, if you can have it with the tzatziki sauce to level out the heat. But this is amazing. So I'm gonna eat this, and I'm done here. I'm out.